Would you rather? That's the name of the movie. Would you rather? Would you rather make a shitty movie or make a shitty movie with a porn star in it, which would automatically make that movie better than shit? So, this movie, Would You Rather, it's kind of like that game people used to play. I mean, I'm not particularly familiar with this game, but I think in America it's a game called Would You Rather. Like, would you rather kiss a dog or get bitten by a cat? Kind of game where you just give them different scenarios and have to pick which one they think is more agreeable, but they're both lose-lose situations. So I heard about this game on American TV, like American Dad and things like that, and Family Guy. So this game, this movie is based off a game, and it's hard to make movies based on some games. Some movies based on games just fail, just on principle of, like, apart from Pacific Rim, that was actually quite good. There are some movies that they make based on a game, it just doesn't work. But yeah, this is the. It could be good, it couldn't be good, and maybe it's just a waste of time. And it was just some idiot stoned who was just sitting in the room like, I need an idea for a movie. Let's see, Buckaroo the movie. Yeah, too short. Everyone would get on me to just fuck them off. Or like Monopoly the movie. Like, that could make a good mobster movie. Like, don't you pass go or I'll fuck you up. Like, you don't tell me not to pass go. All I've ever wanted was to pass go and get my 200, what was owed to me, what I deserve. That's what I deserve, Kenny. He's like, don't you pass go. It was always about you. Always about you and your wheelbarrow. You and your dog with me and my thimble. It was never about me and my thimble. What about me? What about what I cared about? What about my family? I couldn't build houses and hotels. I kept landing on those railway stations. There's nothing I could do. It's not fair. If only I've been given a chance. You were spending all your time in that community chest. And then when you was in jail, I got you that get out of jail free card. And how did you repay me? You wrote doubles twice. That's not fair, Kenny. It's not fair. Like, that could be quite a good Monopoly movie. This Would You Rather movie was quite interesting. It was really basic and it took place in like 3 different locations. But spoiler alert, the premise of this movie is that a girl has got she's looking for a job. She needs a job. Her brother needs a surgery. He needs a donor because he needs a bone marrow transplant and he's dying. And she's trying to get jobs and she keeps getting turned down and she needs a job and she can't afford the medical care and she needs it, really needs it, and it's getting more and more desperate. So she goes to a doctor and there's a man there who proposes that if she can spend a night at his place and win a game, beat all these other people, he'll give her all the funding she needs for life. She's set. She'll never have to work again. And he'll line up a donor for a brother within a week or whatever. So it's sort of like on House on the Haunted Hill, where if you can survive the night, you get this money. So that's what reminded me of House on a Haunted Hill. So yeah, it was quite interesting. The doctor's like, oh no, I know this is legit because I've been there, I've done it, I've survived it, and I came out the other side. It's worth it, please consider it. And the guy's like, well, you need to tell me by tonight if you want to do it or not. She's thinking, I need to do this. Is this real? But maybe it's not. Maybe if I leave my brother for the night, something bad could happen. Maybe he'll get ill. He needs me there. He needs 24-hour care. He needs me just in case anything happens. So she's like, she doesn't say, well, I'm going to this place to earn medical care money for you. Like, and all the guy told her is like, what if I lose? He's like, well, if you lose, you lose. You don't lose anything. So she's like, oh, okay, got nothing to lose here. Just beat some strangers, get some money from my brother. But she lies to her brother. She's like, oh, I'm just going out with some friends. And he's like, oh, it's okay, go on, enjoy yourself, you deserve it. So she's doing all this for her brother. And the whole movie, you'll know what the ending's going to be. You can just tell. You'll know a million miles off what's going to happen. So she gets to the house, there's some people there. You know, it's like House on a Haunted Hill, where one guy knows more about it than other people. Some people are distant, they're a bit shifty, you don't trust them. There's always that asshole you sort of think, I don't trust them. That's the porn star. Have you ever been watching a movie with your family and you wanted to go, that's what's her name, and you know her name. Her name's Sasha Grey. I know that. I know her. So it was sort of like is that? But you can't go, is that porn star? When you notice, so you're just sitting there quiet and they're like, what's the matter? Like, nothing. Got stomach ache. Not the fact that she'd made me 1,000 times. So, yeah. So they've got an old woman in a wheelchair who's disabled. You've got a guy who's like an ex-veteran who's been in the army. There's a guy in it, a young guy. He is the son of the house owner. The house owner's at the table, and two other guys. And basically, an ex-alcoholic. And the girl, the main character, is a vegetarian. She always has been. And the alcoholic hasn't touched a drink in 16 years. So it starts off with small stuff of would you rather, like, he says to the woman, okay, it's just going to be would you rather, you've got 20 seconds to answer or 10 seconds to answer to make your choice. If you don't choose, you're out of the game. So he's like, okay, fair enough. So he says to the girl, like, oh, I'll give you £10,000 if you eat that steak. So she's sort of like, fuck, oh God, what have I done? So she eats the steak, gets some money, then the alcoholic is like, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 10,000 if you drink that glass of wine. It's only like half full, or 50,000 if you drink this decanter and it's filled with like whiskey. So like there's that, and then like he's like, all right, if anyone wants to leave, you leave now. After that you're not leaving. So like one guy says, everyone says they're staying. One guy tries to leave and he gets shot, and they realise this game's real. There's no playing about. So they're all stuck there in this house, and basically it starts off with like, oh, would you rather electrocute yourself or the person next to you? So this is where you kind of tell who people really are and who they're, and whether they're a team player or whether they're in it for themselves. Like at the end of the day, only one person can win, only one person can get the money, and only one person can survive. But you don't want to make enemies, and there's people you don't know. Like some people that they kind of made friends with each other, kind of like decided to stick together, kind of thing. And things get out of hand where people try and escape, and then they do escape, and then they don't, and then they get killed, and then they don't. And it starts off with like, okay, electrocute yourself, and you can tell it really hurts, and then sort of then it will get worse. Like, would you rather stab her in the leg or whip the veteran with this African strap stick thing, which pretty much rips the shit out of his back? And you have to like whip him 10 times, and it's getting to the point where it's sort of like people are getting choices they can't make. Like it's something stupid like, would you rather cut your own eye, would you rather like, stab yourself in the eye, or hold your breath underwater for 4 minutes? It just gets to the point where people are nearly dying either way. And you see this guy is enjoying it, it's all about the money. And then at the end, the girl makes a choice, she wins, she gets out, she gets home, and the guy's like, well, the deal's a deal, you won the game, I've got a donor lined up for your brother. She gets home and her brother's committed suicide on the bed. He was overdosed on pills, which you could see coming a mile off. So if she just did that, all them people died. And like the last guy, he's like, oh, I've got a daughter that's terminally ill or something like that. He's like, I know what you're going through. She just shoots the fuck out of him, like bang, he's dead. So like, his family could have been saved. But she just took that choice. She went out and she just won all this medical care that she's never going to need because her brother's dead. And it's just sort of like, fuck's sake. This is just like a moment in the mist where at the end it's like so ironic that the one thing you were fighting for, you never could have won. So yeah, it's worth a watch. That movie again is called Would You Rather. Like, would you rather watch this movie or bone Sasha Grey? You know which choice to make. So comment, rate, subscribe. See you later, you bastards.